Ladies and gentlemen, a colossal bomb has dropped on the world of gaming, and it took the form of a showcase from III. Over 30 games were showcased, but I'm here to give you the gist about the ones that you care about. Or the ones that I think look cool. Awesome! My name's Juniper, I cover all things indie games and game development. Let's get started. First off, one of the most viral games of 2024 is getting a big old update. Our favorite Pokemon Breath of the Wild Ark Survival Genshin called Palworld is getting an arena mode, which I think is going to be like a Pokemon battle system. I still haven't finished the game, but I've had so much fun with it. Discovering that I could kick around unconscious animals like a soccer ball, it really made my day. And getting to see this sexy face every time I play is, it's amazing. I remember fighting for my life on stream to get this shiny guy that we named Greg. Okay, he looks really weak. As long as I don't get hit. Man, he's been with me on all my adventures ever since. When we get this arena mode, I'll tell you now that Greg is gonna go bonkers. I'm making this kiddo a weapon. He's a really good boy though, and I've got my hopes high for this update. In other news, Slay the Spire is getting a sequel, which is pretty sick. I remember watching my friend play this on Discord streams over and over and being like, dude, this is in the top 3 of the most nerdy games I have ever seen. But I ended up downloading it, and after enough peer pressure, now I have almost 100 hours. So it's really fun. You choose a character, each character has their own set of cards, and you try to kill stuff all the way to the end of the game. Except it's really hard, but not in like a discouraging way. It makes you want to learn to get better so bad, and it's very addicting. But anyway, we're getting a sequel, which I honestly expected. They literally raised enough money to make a physical board game of this, so you know that the studio is ready for action. We'll get early access to this one in 2025, so I'll see you then. We also got news on the free Risk of Rain 2 update that's coming out. We're getting a new map, artifacts, and a skin. I've never played it, so I have no idea what any of that means, but that's cool. I do think it's a little funny that they dropped this huge announcement for what sounds like a small update. Maybe a new map is a big deal, I don't know, but there you go. Next up, we've got a game called Shadows of Doubt, and I don't know how to say this, but the trailer genuinely freaked me out a little bit. You take on the role of a private detective. I don't know, this looked intense. The whole trailer had this dude narrating in the background like it's a movie.
This city's got it all. Killers.
Like, look at that. I know it looks like it's straight out of Pixel Gun, but goodness. I guess I should describe the gameplay though. You have to try and track down serial killers by getting clues everywhere, asking people, and if you don't actively catch the killers as you play, then they'll continue to disrupt the world around you by killing more people, and I presume by making your job harder. Early access is available now for that one. Maybe you're not as much as a wuss as I am. Okay, I'm watching this back right now, and I didn't realize in the trailer how many times the characters just, like, phase through the blocks. He opens the fridge straight through himself, he's walking through a table, he's walking into the door. Kind of funny considering this is, like, the official press release, but anyway. We've also got Hades 2. The sequel was announced a while back, but we finally have more gameplay footage. It looks really nice, and wait a second. So somehow that isn't Hades 2. See, I just heard the rock music, saw the Greek gods, the combat style, the art bust, the voice actors.
What kind of legend would it be without some fire and mayhem?
I'm not out here trying to accuse anyone's project of being a ripoff. Every game takes inspiration from something, that's inevitable. But when I saw this streamed live, I literally immediately texted the Discord and was like, it's Hades 2! And then was like, never mind, psych. But it's a game called Death Must Die, and hey, if it has the same vibes as Hades, it's probably not a bad game. Early access for that one is open right now on Steam. One of the biggest jump scares of this whole showcase was when this game popped up on stream. I was like, okay, it looks like one of those kingdom expansion simulation nerd games. Not my thing, but you know, cool, looks nice. What is that? What is happening? Why is that there? What? I don't normally like this type of tower defense simulation thing, but this looks incredible. I genuinely think that someone had an acid trip and was like, I'm gonna turn that hallucination that I just had into a video game. So that's fun. It's called Dino Lords. No release date yet, but we're gonna stay posted on that one. This next one is a complete nostalgia trip for a game that I almost entirely forgot about. Never Alone. The first game was a very cute puzzle adventure sort of journey that I played when I was in middle school on my PS4. It's a super cute co-op experience, and we're getting a sequel. Honestly, co-op games are on the rise more than ever, so this is a prime time to make a multiplayer experience, and Never Alone 2 is going to be so fun. One person is this cute little fox. I always had to be the fox, obviously. And the other person's a girl, and you gotta fight for your life as you travel the tundra. Really pretty, really fun, really cool story if I remember right. No release date yet, but that looks awesome. Hyper Light Drifter is another game out there that I played a while ago that's getting a sequel, but not in the traditional way. When most games have a sequel, the gameplay's kind of a similar style, and at least has somewhat of the same gameplay feel, but Hyper Light Breaker, which is the name of the second game, spins that completely on its head because it's 3D. The first game was all 2D pixel art, which was super smooth, and this is a very different look. It definitely has the same atmosphere as the first game, similar vibes, but wow. Hyper Light Drifter had such insanely fun combat that I'm excited to see what the developers give us this time. It looks like there's more of an exploration piece to it, maybe just because I think it looks really pretty, but this looks so fire. Early access for this one is coming this summer. For all you base builders out there, if Dino Lords wasn't quite your cup of tea, I don't know how it wouldn't be, then I've got another one for you, and it's called Laysara Summit Kingdom. From the teaser, it looks like a simulation game where you slowly expand your civilization up a mountain. I never got into PC simulation games, but I've played a lot of Dragon City in my day, and this one looks like it might live up to par. I'm a big micromanager and planner with everything in my own life, so getting to project that onto a small, helpless town, it's gonna be great. Early access for this one is available now. If you're a fan of Cuphead, but you wish that it was 3D and it had more violence in the form of assault rifles, then this one's for you. I saw footage of this game a while back and in its very early development, so seeing it showcased earlier was a really cool feeling. It reminds me of the 1920s-esque epic Mickey levels. That's a really niche reference, and I couldn't find any footage to describe what I'm talking about, so just visualize. That's the vibe of this game. It's like a black and white shooter. It's a black and white shooter. This one's gonna come out in 2025. Next up is a game called Undermine 2. I haven't played the first one, not too familiar, but the chat was going wild when it was announced, so I figured that it's gotta be something. It's a pixel art dungeon crawler that is now multiplayer. Seriously, if you're making a game, any game, if you add multiplayer to some capacity, I feel like it triples the odds of success nowadays. I can make a whole video about that, but a lot of video promotion is through streamers playing stuff with their friends, and that's free advertising. But anyway, that's Undermine 2 if you're interested. There are a lot of post-apocalypse esque chaotic games out there, but this one actually looked kind of fun. The first game was called Streets of Rogue, and this sequel is called, you won't believe this, Streets of Rogue 2. This time, all your exploration is open world. Even after watching the trailer 3 times, I'm still not sure 100% how to explain what's happening, but it looks kind of like a 2D GTA.
In Streets of Rogue 2, your mission is to overthrow a corrupt president of a small country. How you reach your goal is completely up to you.
Lots of chaos, but you can also just ride around, interact with NPCs, or just go and live off the land, I guess. I like games that have a lot of variety like that, so I think that looks cool. Unlike everything else on the list, this one comes out this year, so yay. The unfortunate part of making this whole video is that I'm now really excited for a lot of games that aren't coming out anytime soon. I know it's my job, but like, man, there's always a lot to look forward to in the world of games, especially indie games, so I hope now that you at least have some more things to be excited about. In the meantime, you know, you could play the 1.6 Stardew update, or join my Discord, or subscribe, or say hi on Twitch. You know, it's up to you. All of that's going to be in the description. Thanks for popping in. I'll see you next time. Bye!